everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey, everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's going on? Let me make myself bigger. What's going on? Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, what's going on? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Bondi Blue on everything. I hope y'all are having a good day. We are back for a oldie but goodie. Now, a lot of y'all have been with me for a minute, but a lot of y'all have not. Okay? And back in the day, I used to do a segment called MF'N Advice. Okay? Which is short for my mother advice. Okay? Y'all know how YouTube like to be with the profanity these days. Okay? So I'm going to sing the song. Okay? And then we're going to get into these letters. But before I do get into that, I want to hold up. Let me pull it up for y'all, okay? I want to remind y'all about your girl having her little situation. Well, first of all, this is not what I wanted to show y'all, but if y'all wanted to see what was going on, me and Lyric went to dinner for Valentine's Day last night. Look at me looking like my mama. Anyways, but that's not really what I wanted to show y'all, but y'all should follow me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should. That's what y'all should do. But yes, roses forever. Okay, it is Valentine's Day. It is not too late. Okay, use my code BondyBlue25 to get $25 off of your purchase from Roses Forever New York. I love Roses Forever New York. They last forever for the most part. Okay, I haven't had mine for that long, but child. let me go ahead and brush the dust off this one a little bit because it's velvet, y'all, and velvet gets dusty. Okay, it is what it is. All right, but this one right here is the first Roses Forever that I got. They still look amazing, and the ones that I just showed you guys are my second Roses Forever package. Okay, so y'all get into Roses Forever or whatever if y'all like somebody enough to get them some flowers. Okay, now girl, I have some letters to get into, and I want to get into them because I'm supposed to be going out in the street tonight, girl. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear. I gotta figure out what I know what I'm gonna wear. Okay, I know what I'm about to give. But at the same time, girl, oh, I'm tired. I feel like I need a nap. That's what I feel like. Okay. Oh, super chats. I need it. Thank you, Azora TV, for the super chat. Bondi is looking sun kissed today. Oh, thank you, love. I appreciate that. What's going on? I see y'all. Hey, everybody. I'm so happy to see y'all. Thank y'all so much. Ooh, another super chat. Thank you, Devin. Thank you. Happy V Day. Y'all was rolling in the parade Saturday, cold and rainy, but y'all did good. You saw me, Devin? You was out there? Did you say something? I feel like, did you say something and I saw you? I was drunk and delirious. You know what I'm saying? I wish somebody would have got video of us in a parade because, like, girl, I have no idea what I look like. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It was just a good time had by all. I'm glad I did it. I'm probably gonna try to do it again next year, but I just hope we get better weather next year. Cause Lord, cold and rainy parades are not my thing, girl. They not. But anyway, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Okay, y'all, don't forget, okay, my Cash App is Bondi Blue. If you felt like being nice to me because it's Valentine's Day, if you wanted to bestow upon your girl a little yang around the house or whatever, your $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 that you got, okay, listen, whatever you got, girl, if you wanted to throw it my way, you can cash at me at Bondi Blue. Okay, I appreciate y'all. I really, really do. Because I would like to get more than one drink tonight. Okay. Girl, we going to the burlesque show. They wanted me to perform in the burlesque show. I was like, no, girl. I'm tired. I'm going to just come and watch y'all perform. But my friend is performing. And so I'm excited. Because we going to be in that thing. Okay. Oh my God. Hey, Devin. I was yelling, dancing, and drunk too. All right, Devin. Yes. Thank you for the super chat. I'm glad you was out there. I saw a few people out there that was like, Bonty. And I was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I had my sword. I was like, ah. Girl, this whole arm right here hurt because of this. You looked amazing all weekend, baby. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all know I just be trying to give the energy. It's all about the energy at the end of the day. And I'm just trying to give the energy. Okay? So, let's go ahead and get into it. Let me see if I can do it. Hold up, y'all. Because the sinus is because of the rain and the cold and everything. But let me see. It's time for I haven't done it in a while. My motherfucking advice. It's time for my motherfucking advice. Okay. Okay, there you go. All right, listen. Okay. It's time for my motherfucking advice. It's time for my motherfucking advice. I had to bring it back. Okay, I'm still a little hoarse. Okay, it was screaming. Okay, it was screaming all weekend long. Okay, all right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, come on. Give me the energy. Okay, because, all right. I am not a counselor. I don't have no type of certification whatsoever yet. Okay, yet. So if you take my advice and then it don't work out good for you, it's not my fault. I'm just giving you an option. Okay, these is options we giving out with this advice. This advice is an option. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say that before we start. Also, become a member of BondyBlueShow.com because you never know what might happen on YouTube. Girl, you might wake up one day, YouTube channel gone. You might wake up one day, monetization gone. So at the end of the day, child, this is a career. Follow the website, BondyBlueShow.com. Follow the website, okay? YouTube is supposed to bring you to the website, okay? BondyBlueShow.com. Sign up. You don't have to pay all the time. You cannot pay. You can, but you cannot. I just want you to be signed up, okay? But yes, these is options. Let's get into this first letter, all right? Last year, hold up, I gotta put my mic up, child. This mic up. Okay. Take my advice, live a better life or not. Bondy, not responsible. I'm not. Disclaimer. Options, ideas, entertainment purposes only. Okay. Last year of 2022, I suffered from a traumatic event, a sexual violation incident. I was tragically AR'd twice on March 30th. Girl, it's starting off dark. In effect, I suffered from hypersexuality and a sexual addiction. From that sexual trauma, I conceived a child. Within that time frame, I was talking, seeing, and having sexual activity with him. We were definitely on and off constantly due to his gaslighting, emotional manipulation, and lying. Therefore, I would block him. Child, we do not know who him is. This is where the letter started. Okay? She says I would block him on and off consistently, yet I couldn't break off the emotional strings, sexual chemistry, and love that I was desperately searching for. It is kombucha. Girl, we know what that's like. He reminded me so much of my biological sperm donor, who is an egocentric, antagonistic, verbally abusive, along with every abuse possible except sexual, arrogant asshole. This guy was a replica of my biological father. The only difference is he wasn't physically abusive. However, he was verbal, emotional, spiritual, and sexually manipulative. Often at times, I felt pressure to have sex with him just to please him and create this false happiness for myself. Note to self, that shit got very old. My question is this, Bondy. How do I break the emotional, sexual, and physical chains of his toxicity, my enabling, and our dysfunction? Thank you for reading this and allowing me to express my thoughts in this letter. First of all, I'm going to say therapy. I'm going to say get you a therapist, girl. And I mean, like, y'all know I'm on BetterHelp. I'm not getting paid for promoting for BetterHelp, but I have a really great therapist. Okay, shout out to my therapist on BetterHelp. I don't want to tell y'all her name because I do not want y'all trying to be, no, look, bless her and all of that. I want people to find her. I want her to have everything she wants in her life, but I don't need y'all going to my therapist, okay? Just go ahead and put that out there. But I would definitely suggest getting you a therapist so that you can deal with your emotions. Also, I would suggest finding ways to pour into yourself and all of the things that you want from your relationship with this man. I would like for you to try to give it to yourself. Like, and I get what you're saying. Like, it's very, very difficult to break bonds with people when they provide something that you like, you need, you starve for, you crave for. I would say be patient with yourself. I would say you need to start having the outlook of treating yourself better than you treat him and better than he treats you. And I also want you to understand that you set the tone. So if you don't treat yourself well, then he's not going to treat you well. Y'all know what I saw right before I came on here? I saw one of these little clips from Dynasty while Diane Carroll is reading this white lady down. And Diane Carroll is one of those women that I feel like because she projects a certain energy, that is the energy in which people, receive her. And she's one of the main people that reminds me that you have to project a certain type of energy if you want to be received a certain way, if you want to be respected a certain way. And so I don't give a fuck who's looking. My energy is going to be my energy. If I was the shit walking in this room, I was the shit walking in this room. I don't care who else is in this room. When I walked in this room, it was, for me, I was the only bitch in here when I walked in here. Like, that's how everybody should feel, okay? And when I say that, I feel like a lot of times we don't realize we're not treating ourselves very well. We're not. We are expecting other people to treat us well, and we don't even treat ourselves well. You are telling me that this man is abusive to you. That's the one word that I hear all over the place. Then he's triggering your traumas. So I would absolutely suggest you needing to be in therapy. I think you need to have some type of regimen where you focus on the things that make you happy. So if that's like for me, y'all, one of the things that always puts me in a good spirit no matter what is the way I wake up in the morning. First of all, normally I wake up on my own clock. I know everybody can't do that, but that's like a thing for me that makes me happy. But my coffee, my joint, my incense, cleaning up my house, making sure my space feels good for me. But you have to do things in your life that make you feel good, whatever that looks like. Another thing, please, people, stop forgetting how great music is. Sometimes just having music on in the background helps lift your mood and refocus your energy. And I'm telling y'all these practical things because people always want to tell y'all some shit that, you have to emotionally go and look for. You know what I'm saying? Figure out how to. But I want to give you something practical. And in the practicality, I want you to pour into yourself. I want you to picture the version of yourself that you want to be. The woman you want to be. The woman that is not burdened by her traumas. The woman that utilizes her sexuality as she sees fit. And there's no shame or guilt or pain attached to it. Whatever version of yourself that you see as the most evolved, beautiful, best version of yourself, I feel like you need to create a picture in your mind of what that person looks like. And every day you need to get closer and closer to becoming that person in the way you treat yourself, the way you present yourself, your surroundings, what you put into your body, and the people you allow to be in your energy. The version of yourself, the highest form of yourself deserves better. And you know that. That's why you're writing this to me. So you know you deserve much better than this. The version of yourself that deserves better, you have got to picture her in your mind and you have got to start reaching to her. And when I say reaching to her, I mean like if you see a version of yourself in the future that looks a certain way, then you need to start carrying yourself like that today. As soon as you see it. As soon as you figure it out for yourself, as soon as the picture becomes clearer for you, you need to start living in that in your today so that your future will be that way. But you got to want better for yourself, and you have to actually seek that out, and you have to be kind with yourself, because a lot of what I'm receiving in this letter is shame and guilt and feeling like you deserve on some level to be harmed in these relationships in order to get what you want. And you don't need to be. You don't need to be harmed in order to get this connection, this chemistry. And I get it. Because I don't like a lot of people. So the people that I do like, it's hard for me to let them go. Even sometimes if the relationships aren't beneficial anymore. And the one thing that I would say to you is to find a way to get what you need somewhere else. And I like when I say that, find a way to get what you need somewhere else. And I mean, whatever you feel like the good things that that person provides for you, go try to find that somewhere else. And I'm not saying go look for it and, go lay up under any old man. That's not what I'm saying. But if you need good conversation, go have good conversation with somebody else. If you need chemistry, go see if there's somebody else out there that you can get chemistry from, or go masturbate. Have chemistry with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Turn yourself on. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, bitch, you sexy. I'm attracted to you. Like, I really do feel like a lot of times the energy we look for in other people is the energy we really needed to be pouring into ourselves. That's what my therapist tell me, girl. But let me see. What are y'all saying? I feel like she also feels like she deserves this pain. Right, which is what I said. Exactly. And you don't deserve the pain. You don't. You really, really don't. It's so much. It's so much that I'm thinking and processing as I'm looking at the words. You know what I'm saying? But you're going through a cycle. And the reason why you're going through this cycle, and I say it's a cycle because you said he's like your father. So that means you're going through like a trauma cycle where you keep repeating the same thing over and over again until you learn what you're supposed to learn from it. And I don't think you've learned what you're supposed to learn from it. That's why you keep going back to him. But when I say be kind to yourself, give yourself grace, the moments where you are mad at yourself for falling back, for feeling weak and all of that, forgive yourself for that. Forgive yourself for it. There is something about allowing your emotions to just be what they are with no guilt or shame attached to it that allows you to get out of that space. It's hard to explain, but that's my advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I don't want to keep circling. I hope that makes sense. But you have to like be kind to yourself. You have to forgive yourself. The moments when you want to be bothered with him and you know you shouldn't, and you do anyway, and you get what you want out of the situation, and then you feel bad after. Have grace with yourself. Learn from it. Remember how it feels. Don't run from the feeling, and try to remember. Actually, this is what practical thing. Bing, just came. The next time you have an interaction with this man you can't let go and he makes you feel bad, I want you to sit down and I want you to write. I want you to write what happened. I want you to write what made you feel good, and then I want you to write what made you feel bad, just like you did in this letter. And I want you to remind yourself whenever you want to be bothered with him, but you really don't want to, I want you to go back. And every time you decide to be bothered with him, I want you to come back and write about it. Every time, write about it. Talk about what was good. Talk about what was bad. And every time you about to go and hang out with him, deal with him, call him, be around him, I want you to read. Read the shit. Read it every time. And then decide whether you want to fool with him or not. And if you decide that you do, fine, go fool with him. But when you come back, write again. Until you start to see the pattern for yourself. Sometimes it just takes writing shit out and really looking at it for you to see the pattern, for you to change how you feel about it. But remember, you need to start moving based on how you feel and not how he feel. If you don't want to have sex, don't have sex. If you don't want to be bothered, don't be bothered. Stop being scared that you're going to lose him, because at the end of the day, if he's not good for you, let him go. It is for you to lose him. You see what I'm saying? Don't try to be what he wants you to be because you're afraid of losing him. Because I feel like that's the thing I'm feeling. Like you feel like if I don't do what he wants me to do, then he's not going to want me. And even though he hurts me on some level, I still want him to want me. Because if he doesn't want me, then who wants me like this? And I need somebody to want me. And I think you need to start wanting yourself in that way. And I think you need to start exuding the energy to attract a more healthy version. But I think it's more about pouring into yourself. What I'm reading from you right now is that you don't need to be with anybody. You need to get you some good sex toys and a good therapist and work on yourself and figure out what makes you feel good and what you like. And then you can revisit trying to be in a relationship with somebody. But all of this feels like you need to clear this up first. Because until you clear all of this up, all of your interactions are going to be coming from this traumatic place. And that's not going to work out good for you. So you're just going to keep doing the cycle thing. So I pray that you, take my advice. It's an option. Okay? And I hope everything works out for you. All right, moving on to the next one. I'm going to do 3 of these. Okay? Maybe one more. And, we'll do 3 or 4 every time I do one of these, okay? Y'all like the video. Make sure y'all telling y'all people about it. 376 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all like it. That's how YouTube knows, okay? Thank you. These are from Amazon. Fear is a thief. It is. A lot of what we experience is us being afraid. You got to ask yourself what you're afraid of. What's the outcome? Work it out in your head. Sometimes you need to write it down because your thoughts move so quickly. You need to write it down. What am I scared of? Ask yourself that. Why am I scared? What's the outcome? What's going to happen? Is it the worst thing? You have to really start to ask yourself those questions when you want to rid yourself of fear that's constantly revisiting you. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Kavan. Thank you. I love when you get in your therapist bag. Be having me thinking all deeply and stuff. Listen, I just be trying to help. Okay, listen. I just be trying to help. And she came to me with the deep, so I had to give it a deep. But thank you, Kavan, for the super chat. I appreciate you. I didn't write this, but Bondy is speaking directly to me right now. And that's why I used to love doing these, because somebody, it's always, one letter always is, gives to a whole bunch of other people. So next letter. Okay. I'm starting not to like my soon-to-be mother-in-law. I've been with my fiance since 2016 and have known her mother since 2018. Before she retired, she had her ways about her, but now that she is retired and has not gotten her retirement money, she's been the worst. You don't know which person you gonna get from day to day. My fiance, who I'll call Ash, and I fell on hard times and had to move with my fiance's grandma. And my mother-in-law to-be lives there too. She has been complaining that we brought too much stuff over there. Then she told Ash she doesn't see me doing anything around the house. Mind you, I've been the only person working because my fiance had an illness. Excuse me, y'all. So we have our own dynamic. I work, she does things around the house. But her mom is becoming a problem. She'll say something to Ash about me, and Ash tells me, and I get pissed, and she gets defensive. I can't do too much because that's still her mother. Ash has also expressed to me that she feels her mom treats her like she's her husband. Running errands for her, cooking, rubbing her feet. Some of this shit be on my dime because, like I said, I've been the breadwinner. Ash just recently got a job, so she'll be taking a load off soon. But in the meantime, how should I deal with this woman? I don't want this to be a problem when we do get married, because once I don't like a person, I'm not coming back from that. Thanks for your help. Okay. Let me think. First of all, it's too many of y'all in that house. I understand that there are cultures of people that don't mind where everybody is living in one house, but child, in America, that is not the case. So y'all really just need to find a way to get out of them people's house, first of all. You work. She does things around the house. Her mom is becoming a problem. She'll say something to Ash about me, and Ash tells me Ash needs to get her life together when it comes to that. Ash needs to understand that at the end of the day, your mom does not want us here, and she's going to have negative things to say. Do your spouse, your fiance, a favor, and don't tell her about it. You don't need to know every time her mom has something negative to say about you. So I would tell her, look, don't tell me. Listen, because you're going to keep getting defensive when I feel away. So don't tell me. Next time she says something else, don't tell me. Okay? Keep it to yourself. Okay? That's what I would tell her. Ash has also expressed to me that she feels her mom treats her like she's her husband. Running like treats her like she's her husband, running errands for her, cooking, rubbing her feet. Some of the shit be on my dime because, like I said, I've been the breadwinner. Who's rubbing whose feet? Who's rubbing whose feet? I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like Ash got a codependent relationship with her mother in the first place. And I feel like y'all need to move out and you need to set up boundaries. So if something is making you feel uncomfortable, then you need to say it to Ash. I wouldn't have any disrespectful interactions with her mother. Like, I would really try not to. Um, but I would absolutely have to like tell Ash how I felt. Cause at the end of the day, this is your mother and you don't want me to be disrespectful, but you also want to be in a relationship with me. So you are going to have to learn how to balance both personalities since both people have to be in this home. And you're the daughter, you're the fiance, you're going to have to balance this. And it doesn't sound like she's balancing it, well enough for you anyway. So I would absolutely tell her, keep the messy shit away from me. I'm doing the best I can, save the money, get out the house. And as far as her not working, I feel like everybody needs to be working. I don't understand. Like, you don't have to do no 9 to 5, but y'all need to be bringing some money into this household some type of way. And I know if you the one working, nobody should be asking you about cleaning up anything around the house except for cleaning up behind yourself. Like, don't just be trifling, making a mess for no reason. That's inconsiderate. But at the same time, if you're the only person working, then I feel like mama and daughter need to be the ones holding down the house. I also feel like it's a weird situation because I wouldn't be able to move into another woman's house as an adult and there not be, situate. Ash is rubbing the mama's feet. I mean, child, ooh. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, that's her mama. Like, I've rubbed my mom's feet before. It probably wouldn't be an all the time occurrence, but that don't mean nothing to me. And I need to understand why you spending y'all money on the mama when y'all trying to save money to get out of the house. So yeah, y'all need to have a conversation about what y'all are trying to do. Are you trying to get out the house? Then you don't need to be spending any money unnecessarily. And if there are things about Ash that you aren't liking and you feel like she's not going to make changes, then you need to rethink being a fiancé. You need to rethink being a fiancé, okay? Because I feel like what you're telling me in this letter is you have a lot of responsibility on you. Y'all might have moved into her people's house, but it seemed like she is a lot of responsibility and now her mama is a lot of responsibility. And I don't understand why you would take all of that on. Especially if you don't feel like you're getting what you need out of the situation. Like, you say your fiance had an illness, y'all have y'all own dynamic. Okay, well then there needs to be boundaries. There need to be rules. It needs to be who's going to do what around the house while we're staying here. How much money needs to be saved so that we can move out? What is the move out date? Okay? Like, y'all need to sit down and plan some shit and have some conversations. And you definitely need to be more transparent about what's bothering you. And let her know that when she gets defensive, it makes you feel like the only person whose feelings that she can accept are her mother's. And that's hurtful. You gonna marry your mama? Because I can just leave and I can leave y'all here and go on about my way now. Okay? I'm just saying. But y'all need some boundaries. And Ash needs to be more of a balance in this situation because it's obvious that mama got her own shit going on with her. Being engaged since 2016 is a red flag on the situation for me. I personally feel like I don't know why everybody wants to get married. To me, it sounds like you don't even need to get married and you need to be rethinking the relationship. Like, I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all right now, I think a lot of people put themselves in cages. My therapist had to make me realize I was doing this to myself as well. That's why I'm telling y'all this. A lot of y'all, and y'all aren't even married, y'all put yourselves in cages in these long-term monogamous relationships. You do not have to give your life to anybody that you do not want to. Do you hear me? If you don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in a relationship. If you don't want to have all of this stress on you, don't have all this stress on you. If you want somebody that is going to be more balanced, require it or find a new person. But I think there are so many of y'all that are not married and y'all act like y'all are married and y'all act like y'all are stuck, and you are not stuck. You do not have to be with anybody that is not making your life better. I'm sorry. It is a realization that I feel like a lot of y'all have a hard time dealing with. I have so many people that I know that are not married, but the way they hold on to these long-term relationships that are no longer beneficial, you would really think that they got money tied up together somewhere and it's cheaper to keep her. Like, that's what you would think, but it's really not. A lot of y'all put yourselves in boxes that y'all don't have to be in. Assess your situation. Are you happy? Are you happy with this person? Are you happy in this dynamic? If you're not happy, change the relationship, change the dynamic, change the person, set boundaries in place. Whatever you need to do. And I would also get some therapy, because there's something that makes me feel like you need to save somebody. This all sound like, you need to save somebody. I don't know why, but it feels like, a personality that, always wants to fix. And a lot of times y'all be needing to go talk to somebody and work through childhood traumas that make y'all feel like y'all always need to fix somebody or be in a situation that needs fixing, because you don't know how to be in something that doesn't require you to be picking up most of the load and all of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be, listen, I don't know. I'm just going off the letter, okay? Yeah, so many people playing house and are not happy. Get out of these relationships or change them, but put your foot down and put yourself first. Put yourself first. You ain't got no kids. Put yourself first. And even when you have kids, you need to put yourself first to a certain extent. And when I say put yourself first, that's what that mean. That don't mean put some piss poor nigga before your kids and stuff like that. That mean that you can't do nothing for nobody if you don't take care of yourself first. That's what that means. Okay? Yeah, if y'all been engaged since 2016, they not working. Now you with the mama and the mama got shit to say. Girl, this sound like something you may not really want to do and you just wanted somebody to tell you about it. I don't know. You let me know. Okay, all right, we're going to move on to this next one. This next one look a little short, so I might go ahead and make it a 4. But I got to go out here and get these dogs because I hear them back there barking like nobody's damn business. Just balking her ass off, child. Y'all make sure y'all support the channel, okay? Follow the website, BondyBlueShow.com. Like the video. My Cash App is BondyBlue. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, I'm much older now. However, when I was 17, my adopted mother passed away. I had just started spending time with biological mother and siblings. My biological mother had walked away from my sisters. One of my sisters was in DYFS care and writing me letters about how she was being treated. I told her she could stay with me as soon as I took her out of DYFS. She became a terror towards me. When I had broken up with this guy, she got with him thinking she was going to get money from him. And then she stole $2,000 from me, and I've asked her for my money. First, she had me believing she was going to give it to me. And next, she said I must be doing bad in order to ask for my money. And now my money, and no, she is saying what money, and now she's saying what money. But I am at the point I no longer want any type of involvement with her because I have been giving her chances after chances, and she tries to talk negative about me to anyone who listen. She has done so much to me, and all I have done is try to help her. What advice do you have? Oh, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Like, y'all, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I cut people off with a quickness. Like, I give people chances. I am a very forgiving person. I'm a loving person. I can very much get over some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold grudges. I don't have the energy for it. But what I will tell you is it's her sister. This is somebody that you need to leave alone. This is somebody that you need to leave where they at. Okay? She's probably jealous of you. Has made up in her mind that your upbringing was better than hers because your life is better than hers, when really a lot of times when somebody's life is better than yours and they're your sibling, it's usually because of the decisions they've made. So you mad at yourself because you've made bad decisions. So what I would tell you to do is, honestly, I would go down and change the phone number. Like, I wouldn't even be bothered. Block on all social media platforms. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to be bothered with you. Maybe if you get your life together later on down the line. But I wouldn't even be looking for that $2,000 back. You need to pray that you get your money from somewhere else and don't give it to nobody if you don't have it. But yeah, I wouldn't be trying to mess with her no more. I'm sorry. I wouldn't. No dealings. Don't call me. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't come to my house. I don't know you. Leave me alone. That would be the vibe. That would be the vibe. Okay? And it don't matter whether I knew you growing up or not. I will cut people. I cuts people off, y'all. I protect my peace above all. You will not wreck my peace on a daily basis because you don't know how to get your life together. Everybody want to make you feel bad because you don't want, sit here always being at the behest of your crazy ass family members. Child, I ain't got time for that. Girl. Leave her alone. Don't talk to her no more. Leave her where she at. Let her figure it out on her own. Live your life. Move on like Maya. Pray for her. Okay? That's all you can do. Pray for her and love her from afar. Okay? Therapy with her family. Nah, she can go to therapy by herself. Okay? I suggest therapy for all adults. Life be lifing, and adulting is hard. I suggest therapy for everybody. And I feel like it's absolutely a situation where that's some childhood trauma. But that is not your cross to bear. I mean, y'all, your cross to carry. I'm sorry. You gotta let people figure their own shit out. Cause I feel like when you have siblings like that, you just keep going through it over and over and over and over and over and over again. Where you think they gonna act right and they don't. I would tell her you need to get some therapy, a job, and a fucking clue. And leave me alone, child. I ain't got nothing else to say. Leave me alone now. Go on away from me. All right, let's move on to the next letter. Me and my fiance moved from D.C. to New Orleans a few months ago with our 2-year-old son to be closer to his family and in his hometown. All of my family and friends live in New York City. Soon after we moved to New Orleans, he became extremely abusive emotionally, financially, and is a total narcissist. Girl, I can tell you about these New Orleans men. I was so miserable and isolated from everyone and everything. I never left the house. I cried every day and begged for him to change, but he would gaslight me and make me seem crazy for being emotional. He threatened to kill me if I left or see to it that I lost custody of our son and said my only option was to stay. I found the courage to leave him one day at a restaurant with only my son in my arms and my wallet. I got an order of protection and went back to New York City to my dad's house with nothing. Girl, that's what I would have done. Good for you. 1 week later, I was served a court paper serving me with a long-arm citation to return our child to Louisiana and that he wants sole custody. Now I'm back in New Orleans renting a home, fighting a... Girl, why did you come back here? Why did you come back here? I would have went to a lawyer or something. Y'all would have had to come get me and mine. Y'all would have had to come get me and mine from New York City, baby. Okay? You shouldn't have never came back here. No. Now I'm back in New Orleans renting a home, fighting a custody battle where he is fighting me for sole custody, won't agree to let me get any of my stuff from my old place, won't help me support my son, and refuses to see him. How you want sole custody and you not even seeing the child? Email me and let me know what judge, what courthouse. Okay? Let me know. He only wants to beat me in court and take my parental rights away as punishment for leaving him. At our December court date, I begged him in the hallway in tears to stop all this before Christmas and agree to joint custody. He said I can come home or lose custody. And he is doing this because he loves me and that I cannot be a single mother in New Orleans, the murder capital. Girl, yes, you can. It's a whole bunch of single ones because we are in the murder capital because all you niggas do is kill each other. His family is equally crazy and controlling, no help at all. Of course they are. Of course they are. Any advice on how to learn to love a city? I feel trapped and alone, and I want to love New Orleans without my hateful ex that wants to see me fail. I'm 30 years old. Ooh, girl. Yes. There's so much you can do. Okay. But I would absolutely, I hope she recording everything to show the courts. That's one thing. Record everything. Honestly, I don't know why you came back, and I will go back to New York. I will go back to New York, and I would just make him have to fight in court for me to have to come back. Like, I'm sorry. Um, no, don't go back to the house. Don't go back with him. I would suggest that you say, no, I'm going back to where I feel safe. I will go back to New York. I love that my 24-year cut game is strong as hell. She'll cut someone off quick. Yes. Girl, oh my God. But yeah, let me know, like, if you know who your judge is, whose court you're in, email me. Email me and let me know. I know some people down there. I may not be able to do anything, but I know some people, and I don't like shit like that. So even if they can just give you advice on, what you can do. Because my friend Lauren is a divorce attorney, but she's a divorce attorney in Texas, but she's from New Orleans. And I know she know a lot of people down here. And I know she know a lot of lawyers and people that's involved in that. But I would go back to New York. I will go back to New York, sis. I wouldn't be trying to pay rent down here. Fuck staying down here. Go back to New York where they have better gun laws. Go back to New York with your child, and I would absolutely make them have to come and get me. They would have to come and get me. They would, the police and the police would have to come and tell me that I have to move me and my child back to New York City. Absolutely. Don't stay here. Don't stay here. Let me know. Email me though, and I will at least try to get you in contact with somebody that can give you some legal advice that can really help you in this situation. Because I don't know what's legally okay, but I would absolutely go back to New York with my family where I was safe. I would not stay here. And I absolutely would not, go back to him. That's crazy. And don't say nothing to his family. Don't think them people your friends. Don't think them people care about you. Like you said, they crazy. Don't trust them fucking people. Girl, get your child and get the fuck from out of New Orleans. Another thing, you should want your child to grow up in New York anyway. They have better schools. Girl, get the hell out of New Orleans. Do you hear me? By any means necessary. Get the fuck out of New Orleans, okay? I don't care what they talking about in the court system down here. Do you know how fucked up the court system is down here? Girl, the court system all kind of ways fucked up down here. Go back to New York. Go back to New York. Speak to several attorneys, okay? There's some advice in the chat. And if he's a narc, most narcs are too lazy to keep up with the law, especially when they have another supply source distracting them. But she definitely needs to go. Girl, go back to New York. Go back to New York, please. Okay? Okay, she in here? I missed it. Go back to New York, girl. Email me, and I'll see if I could put you in contact with some lawyers that I know, some divorce attorneys that I know that might be able to help or at least point you in the right direction. I really don't like that type of shit. But I would definitely tell you to go back to New York and move in silence, okay? But if you're talking about, because you don't need to be tied to this place like that. I love New Orleans because this is my home. This is where I'm from. But if I could afford to live in California, I would not be here. Okay? I would be somewhere else. If I could afford to live in California, I would be in California. Okay? That's where I would be at. And I love it here. Okay? But at the same time, schools are trash. The city is trash. The infrastructure is trash. We're a good time place. We're a place to get a good plate of food, girl. But if you're not from here and it's not giving you what you need to be here, then you need to go, especially with a boy child. Please take your boy child and go back to New York and have your child somewhere up there in a school that they can actually learn something in. No contact. Up and go, girl. Out the blue. Okay, don't say nothing to nobody. Don't be out here trying to pay no goddamn rent out here. Go back to your daddy house, girl. Or somebody, girl. Go just up. Go. Do you hear me? All right, now we gonna move on. But hit me up, Karen. Let me know, girl. Okay, this the last letter. Cause I don't even know how long I've been on here. Yeah, it's the last letter. It's 500 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all like the video. I hope y'all enjoying these. Y'all send me some more letters so we can do this weekly. Cause y'all know it just be feeling like sometimes the blogs ain't giving nothing. These shows ain't giving nothing. A lot of these shows ain't giving nothing, child. I am so bored. I when I tell y'all I was trying to care about watching Basketball Wives because y'all asked me about it and I ain't have nothing else to watch, but I was just like, girl, I am so bored. Let's see. It actually hurt my case by pulling my daughter out of school when I left. So don't make any decision without some free legal advice. Okay. Y'all seen what Kaylina said? I just would have never came back, girl. I'm sorry. They would have had to come in. They would have had to come and get me. This is my letter. LA says I can't move. Okay, this is her. Hey, Karen. I can't move 75 away without a court order. It's a Napoleon law, according to the judge. So even though he's abusive, you can't get away. Girl, we need to see. Let me know who the judge is. And this is what I was saying. New Orleans court system haven't been in session since the beginning of COVID. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what they gonna do? They don't have enough police officers down here. They gonna send somebody to come get you? They'll automatically give him custody. Child, how you gonna get custody of a child you ain't got? Don't listen to me, girl. Don't do nothing wrong, okay? Karen, don't listen to me. Do what the court people be telling you to do. But I would have enoughed the shit out of this situation. Oh my God. And you should be glad that he don't want to see your child either. You know what? Don't fight. You should be glad. You say he don't want to see the child. You need to tell the judge that he don't see him. I don't know what he want custody for. He don't see him. Just keep recording evidence of how he behaves around the child. Save all text messages and then show to the judge when you file for custody. That's what you should do. Listen to people that know, girl. Don't listen to me. But hit me up and I'll definitely give my homegirl your info and vice versa, so that you can get advice from a real divorce attorney, somebody that really knows about this shit. Cause I don't. Cause I absolutely would have packed my baby in a duffel bag and went to New York and been like, I want you New Orleans motherfuckers to come and find me, come and make me bring my baby back down there. Okay. If he doesn't know the kid's doctor, teachers, his last medical appointments, it shows he's abandoned him. He's a bad influence, right? Even though the father is abusive for some insane reason, he has rights. Child. But they say the courts are in favor of the women. How? That's what I was saying, child. You had to find my fucking name. Ooh, Lord, we gonna pray for you, girl. Listen. We gonna pray for you because we don't like this. This upset us. Okay, this has made us and the Lord mad. Okay. I did that and my ex custody, and they gave my ex custody and made me come back or a warrant. Oh my God. So they did that. Really? When was this? Ain't it crazy what they can afford to do? Hit me up though. For real. Like, let me get you in contact with Lauren and see if she can help in some type of way, or if she knows somebody that can talk to somebody or something. Also, make sure the school is aware of what's going on so he can't do anything crazy. Yeah. We gonna pray for you though, girl. So this the last letter, y'all. I'm trying to take notes on Basketball Wives. It's hard. I'm so bored. I'm telling you, that's why it's like I'm just gonna do content based on how I feel, because I'm not about to keep forcing myself to watch these boring ass shows. They did that with Jocelyn. 86% of men that request full custody, even though they are known DV perpetrators with custody, move with intelligence, not through fear or emotion. Child, that's a word. That's a word. That's a word. Find out if he got an ADD, bipolar, and everything. Child, listen, all that medical shit try to use against him. and they got medical issues. That's sad though, cause how safe are you with the law next to you? Especially like the way New Orleans is. New Orleans is not a safe place, especially with domestic violence situations. They don't care. I'm just saying, like they don't. Bondi, will you be doing another segment of F and advice? I will. I'm gonna try to do them every week. If y'all send me enough letters, if I have at least 3 letters, I'll do one every week. Child, I don't know. But last letter, y'all. A couple years ago, I dated this guy. At the time, he was the first person I was interested in, and he's the only person I ever had sex with. We didn't become a couple. I thought I was over him and the situation, but now when I see him, old feelings come up. I am dating, but I haven't found anyone I want to spend time with yet. How do you fully get over someone? Ooh, that's hard. That's really, really hard for me. But I'll say no contact. Like, how do you see him? How do you see him? Cause I wouldn't look. I'm not following you on social media. I don't know. I don't want to know what's going on with you. I would just be moving on with my life. Every time I have like, those thoughts, I would I would just kind of just course correct a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you thinking about him. What about you? How he feel? How you feel? Yeah, unfollow him. No social media shit. No talking. Delete the number out your phone. All of those things to make it harder for you to get in contact. But busy yourself. Like, if you can pour yourself into your work, pour yourself into your work. You want to call him or text him, girl, go get an audio book. Go read. Go do something. Go take a walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times we just need to busy ourselves so that we can, kind of distract our minds. If you can distract yourself long enough, you can eventually, like, emotionally kind of loosen up a little bit, let go a little bit. But as far as getting over situations, I would just tell you to remind yourself, journal, and remind yourself of what the problems are, and just be real with yourself. Okay. Yes. Buy yourself some sex toys. Okay. Pleasure yourself. Busy yourself. Right. Work out. But focus on yourself. Anything you like doing. You want to go to the movies. You want to go to the spa. You want to go to the park. You want to just binge watch a good show. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to do things to busy yourself so that you can let enough time go by for, to let the time go by. Because I feel like mentally and emotionally, if you can stop thinking about somebody for just a little bit longer every day, it'll get there. It'll get there. It just takes time a lot of the times. I'll tell you that there are people that I will always love, that I will always care for, but the ache goes away. Yes, and give yourself grace even if you do backslide. That's another thing. Because sometimes we circle people until the lesson is learned. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we know a person isn't good for us, but we keep going back to their ass for some reason because there's a lesson we have yet to learn. And I think the more you focus on yourself and what you need and what you want in therapy and meditation, working out, like the more you focus on, and that sounds so cliche, but it's literally what happened, y'all. Like, I started working out, and from working out, I started to, do therapy. And then from therapy, now I'm doing meditation. And, I think more about my own feelings. How do I feel? What makes me happy? And there are times when my emotions are all over the place. And you know what I do? I turn on my jazz music. I come sit in my little meditative corner. I light my incense. I light my joint. And I journal. I focus on myself. I have like a little book that, has things that, ways to make yourself happy. I have a playlist of songs that make me happy, that make me feel good. No matter when I listen to them, they always make me feel good. So I have like a list of things sometimes that I can go through and do to make myself feel better or to distract myself. One of the things I love to do is to pour myself into this work. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love my work. So a lot of times, I'll pour myself into my work. Or hobbies, you know what I'm saying? Like having shit to do, busy yourself. Let me tell y'all something. Me joining like the dance group now as an adult, reminding me of how active I was when I was younger. Like, that's something I feel like a lot of people, you don't really think of, getting involved in groups and just doing stuff for adults that you would do when you were a kid. You know what I'm saying? Being involved in acting troupes, singing, choirs, doing performances, dancing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you got to start doing things, finding ways to enjoy your life without having to be attached to a person. I'm just saying. Like, me being, lyric works so much. So I have like a lot of time, to myself. And lately, getting involved in things and meeting new people and all of that has really helped me feel my best, even though things haven't been that great. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all hear me complain about shit all the time. YouTube, money, the house. I have a regular life. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, this is my career. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm using to get where I am trying to go, which is my beach house in California. Okay, and being a millionaire at some point. Not I don't need to be Rihanna, but I could be a millionaire. I could be comfortable. Okay, listen. So I just try to focus on myself, and I try to focus on what makes me feel good. And I feel like essentially that is the way that I am able to stay focused on what's most important. And that is me and my overall growth and my happiness and completing my goals. And I feel like, I went to this, because we're done with the advice letters, but I'm going to say this to y'all. Let me get out of here. I went to this Valentine's Day event with my homegirl, and it was so much fun. We had a great time. And I love the fact that so many women are like doing Valentine's Day stuff where it doesn't have to always be about a man. You and your homegirls go do pretty cute, nice shit for each other. And it's cool. I love that. But one of the things that they said, and it's like I always have to be the odd person out, but it's like, what is your purpose is to, help your man find his purpose. Like, someone said something like that. And I'm sure for them, we're all of us are married and shit like that. So it seems like that, but I was like, no, my purpose is my purpose. His purpose is his purpose, and he needs to figure out his shit, and I need to figure out my shit, and then we can come together and make this shit look good, okay? And then do some shit together, okay? But the way that women specifically, but just the way we are always outwardly focused on everybody else but ourselves. And I mean that. Like, no, my purpose is my purpose. His purpose is his purpose. He needs to be working on himself so he can be the best version of Lyric. And I need to be working on myself so I can be the best version of Brittany. That way, when we sit down at dinner and talk, we're both two attractive, full human beings coming to the table to excite, titillate, engage, whatever, connect with each other. But now I'm connecting with somebody I didn't have to build, first of all. Okay. And also, I was able, I had time to pour into me. He had time to pour into him. So now when we come, like, we had dinner last night. And, it's just, we've been doing this thing now where it's like, putting a little bit more boundaries in place as a couple. And having our own time and our own space, and just being individuals, because the way we were raised to pour everything into the relationship, and that shit is boring and it's not cool. It's just not. You have got to pour into yourself. So I'm looking at him, and he looked good, and it's because he's been focusing on himself. He looks good. He likes his job. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing his thing, and it's attractive to me. You know what I'm saying? And then here I am, being me. Okay. So I feel like essentially we need to be working on ourselves. Okay. Like, he need to figure out his purpose. I can't figure out his purpose for him. I'm not him. I can only figure out my shit, and I'm in my purpose. Okay. Which is why I'm always going to be all right, because I'm in my purpose. I already know that. Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I've been doing what I was supposed to be doing. Like, because I hear a lot of people talking about that, like purpose. And I'm like, that's the one thing I never have to worry about. I got my purpose. Hey, y'all. It's y'all. I don't know if y'all know that, but my purpose is y'all. My purpose is to affect y'all however I do. You know what I'm saying? And I do that. So everything else, I have the space to figure out and explore and live. And, a lot of that is about me. And that's a great thing. That's the way it's supposed to be. I feel like so many people Send the letters to mfnadvice at gmail.com. Let me put it in here. A lot of people, hold up, think it sounds selfish, but you have to put yourself first. You have to focus on yourself. You have to think about what you want first. You have to come first. You do, y'all. I know that might sound bad to y'all, but you have to come first to you. Do you hear me? Everybody. You have to come first to you. And then you can extend yourself to other people and they can enjoy the flourishing. You know what I'm saying? Like they can enjoy the flower that you may be. But that's only when you have been able to, pour into your own. You know what I'm saying? Water your own. Then they can enjoy your scent. Okay? Child, I be trying to be. The sad part is there are people out there who feel like you have to focus on them and them only. No, that's not realistic. Yeah, I realize I can't help anyone find their purpose. I have to work on myself. Exactly. And I think a lot of women get caught up feeling like they need to be helping their man find. No. I can help you figure it out. I can help you execute it once you figured it out. But you got to have your own internal thing going on. You got to have your own evolvement happening, your own meditation, your own, look at yourself in the mirror until you like it type of situation. And that's another thing I want to leave y'all with. A lot of y'all, I feel like you don't like how you look. You don't feel good about yourself. And it's not like y'all. I'm not saying like that. Me too. Like I'm not saying like y'all. Like I'm about to tell y'all about yourself. No. But I felt like one of the things that helped me the most sometimes was loving to look at myself and liking the way I look. And I feel like loving myself, finding myself attractive and exuding that energy, it starts with me. And so it takes looking at me in order to really feel that way about myself. And so that's why I'm suggesting that everybody, you need to spend some time looking at yourself in the mirror and don't feel bad about it. Don't feel shame. Don't feel guilt. Look at yourself and like what you're looking at. And if somebody just so happens to see you admiring yourself, then they can either admire you or move the fuck on. Okay? Yes, it's not selfish. It keeps you well-rounded and whole, people. Okay? Focus on yourself. What do you need? What do you want? How do you feel? A lot of us can't even answer those questions for ourselves because we're so worried about somebody else. A man. Finding a man. I gotta have a man. I gotta get married. I gotta be a wife. Girl, be a whole person. Be a whole happy, juicy ass person first. And then try to be something else. If you end restructure with people around after you're evolved, that's okay. Everyone is not meant to be certain part. Yes, everyone isn't meant to be there for the journey, for all of the journey. Sometimes you're just supposed to be there for a section of it, and then you're supposed to just let them fall off, okay, and move on to the next ones, okay. I know. Everybody tells me I look like Misa Heaton. I know. Thank you. But anyway, y'all, I'm done. It's been an hour. MF'N Advice. Like the video, share it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Y'all send letters to mfnadvice at gmail.com. And we will keep these going. I shall bring these back. Okay? I love y'all. I hope y'all have a really good rest of y'all day. A happy, Valentine's Day. Enjoy y'all week. Mardi Gras is going down. If y'all see me in these streets, say what's up. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.